Pico, you've made your debut at a major international tournament, and Cape Verde have started off with a win tonight against Ethiopia. You must be buzzing, and but there's a lot of dancing in the dressing room afterwards.
Yeah, look, I'm absolutely chuffed, obviously, to play my first game in the African Cup of Nations. It's a special moment for me, and to kick it off with a win, I don't think you'd ask for a better start. Yeah, in the dressing rooms, it's sort of mixed emotions because obviously we felt our performance could have been better and we could have played a little bit better. But as I said, the most important thing was the 3 points, and we're just delighted to get them on the board.
You've got friends and family watching back at home, both Ireland and in Cape Verde. It's after midnight here as we're talking. The game isn't too long over, but I know your family weren't allowed to travel because of restrictions. But imagine your phone is just full of messages at the moment.
Yeah, to be fair, I've had loads of support, as you said, from home and abroad. Like, and I actually had to put me knock my phone on airplane mode about an hour or two before the game, just because it was hopping every 2 seconds. And I'm really grateful for all the support. I've actually spent the last hour trying to get back to everybody. And as I said, after the game, even the message was pouring in, like just congratulating me and the team. Like, and it's just great. Like, makes me feel like so happy with all that support.
So let's talk about the game itself. The red card incident happened very early in the game, and it was quite a strange few minutes, wasn't it? Because the referee gives the yellow initially. One of your players buries the free kick into the back of the net, but then the ref blows the
Yeah.
whistle, spends ages reviewing this tackle again on VAR, changes it to a red. So what was it like to watch all this unfold?
Yeah, it was crazy. Obviously, I think the first day we arrived here, we had a meeting from CAF, the Confederation of African Football, and they explained to us the whole VAR process just to be patient. Like, so, initially, I say we didn't think VAR was getting involved, and as you say, the referee blew his whistle and he legged off the pitch, and our winger Gary Rodriguez stepped up and smashed the free kick in. And the weird thing is, what's going on here? But obviously, yeah, they were checking for the red card. Like, to be honest with you, I wasn't sure. I thought like Julia would have been through on goal otherwise. So could have went 50-50, and luckily look, they got the red card, like, and that suited us.
And the only goal of the game came from Tavares' header. A great time to score, wasn't it? Just before half time, and a really well worked goal as well.
Yeah, 100%. That's probably one of the few times that on the night, like, that we walked the ball well into a good position and got a dangerous cross into the box that Gary Rodriguez did really well to kind of keep in the box, and Julio's he comes alive in the box, like, and he buried the header. And as you say, it was a really important time to score. It means we get in at half time 1-0 up, and it didn't stay confidence a little bit, so we just knew we had to come out and just kind of solidify in the second half and make sure we hold on to the 3 points.
So in terms of the crowd, there's a 60% capacity allowed at these AFCON games, 80% for the hosts, Cameroon. Kind of a sparse crowd tonight, you'd have to say, at the Alembi Stadium, but still made plenty of noise, mostly from vuvuzelas. Unfortunately, they're still a
Yeah.
thing, Pico, 12 years later. Uh,
I've been woken up to them every morning since I've been here. As I say, it's not just in the stadiums. You had them all the streets, and I have to say I'm growing a little bit fonder of them. They do. It is a good crack on the streets, I have to say.
so tell us about the atmosphere in the game and the heat as well. Not as cold as Crumlin in January, I'm guessing.
No. Yeah, like, obviously, I think a lot of people emptied from the stadium after the Cameroon game, which is fair enough. Say it's the opening game and the host. And to be honest with you, I think with I know you're allowed 60% of the capacity at the games, but you have to be double vaccinated and have to provide a PCR test, a negative PCR test on the day. And I think the vaccination rate in this country is very low. Like, so even with the capacity being 60%, you probably be getting low numbers, unfortunately. But like you said, they make tremendous noise. Like, it doesn't matter if there's 4 or 5 of them with them Venezuelans, it feels like 50,000. But yeah, like, I suppose we were training that night, like, the last few days, just to get acclimatized to the heat that we're going to be playing at. And to be fair, I actually thought it was very cool, particularly the last time I was in Cameroon. But then once you get inside that stadium, it just traps the heat and it's like a sauna. So it was a lot warmer than I anticipated. And I was just trying to get the water on at every opportunity, and I'm drained now, completely drained.
Ethiopia came into the group as underdogs, didn't they? But they were never out of the game, even they went down to 10 men. So you would have liked that second goal to kill them off in the second half, wouldn't you?
Yeah, 100%. They really impressed me. As I said, I thought our performance could have been better with the ball, but I thought Ethiopia use of the ball was very good. As I say, probably just didn't have the killer instinct, and being down a man as well, it's obviously going to be hard to create chances. But they were never out of the game, and like you said, maybe another night we were a bit more clinical in the final third, and we take our chances.
Their best chance came from actually a bit of miscommunication between yourself and the goalkeeper, which thankfully didn't result in a goal. And you had to ask him to calm down afterwards. You wouldn't be saying calm down to Big Al now, would you?
No, no. Do you know what it was? It was actually a language barrier because the kind of the word we use for time is calm, and the word for win the ball is Ghana. And he was screaming Ghana, Ghana, and I thought he was saying calm, calm. So I thought I had more time to get right. I just chested back to him. So afterwards, I was saying, look, you need to change the words. You need to tell me omi, which is man on, or far like away. You can't just say something that is similar to me. So the language barrier sort of caused, as you say, it was nearly an opportunity for them to score, but thankfully it wasn't.
You have to sort that out for the next match.
Yeah.
I was reading your diary in Saturday's newspaper, talking about preparations for the tournament. They've been chaotic, to say the least. Your training camp was struck by a COVID outbreak, friendlies cancelled. I noticed you only had 6 subs on the bench tonight, and you've had to do without your manager and captain, Ryan Mendez. So what's the latest on that? Will things settle down at all, and will you be able to get them back involved soon?
Hopefully, as I say, it's COVID has absolutely stricken our team, and I'm sure we're not the only one. And we knew going into this tournament, it was always going to be a feature like that. Like, you will be missing players at certain times, and so will other teams. Like, so we have to sort of be prepared mentally more so than anything, because like, there's nothing you can do when you're missing players. You just got to use the players that you have. And I think throughout our sort of campaign, we've had 19 positive cases. Like, so. Hopefully we'll have more and more of them coming back, and say like when by the time the next game comes around, hopefully we have no new negative cases, and we're getting more players back into the bolster the squad.
Did you ever have to pinch yourself at some stage today to make sure that it was real? Like a Shamrock Rovers player, you're a lad from Crumlin. You're not just playing in an international tournament. You're keeping clean sheets in a tournament that includes the likes of Mo Salah, Mane, Mahrez. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, so I think the last 2 nights, like I was saying, the nerves were kicking in, the excitement, and just the thought of all that, as you said. And then earlier on today as well, where I kind of had a moment with myself where I said, like, I just don't want to be a part of this occasion, and don't let the atmosphere take me. I want to come here and get stuck into the game. And the most important thing today was get the 3 points. So we sort of like put that to the side for maybe the 2 or 3 hours of the whole sort of pre and after the game, and now I can go and can enjoy, as I say, the first game, the African Cup of Nations, and we first win. So I'm absolutely delighted.
Have you noticed your story is getting some global attention now? The famous LinkedIn message was covered on BBC, and then it went viral. They're a bit late to the party, I know, but the exposure must be fun and enjoyable, isn't it?
Yeah, as I say, look, I'm happy to tell everyone that story, and just say they're probably a bit late to the party, but I was a bit late to the party on LinkedIn. As I say, I left the manager like in 9 months, like, but yeah, like, you know what, I never really thought of the story as being much of interest of anything, but as you say, the coverage that it's getting now, like, people are just fascinated by it. And yeah, I suppose it's a crazy way to get a call up, and I'm just so grateful that Rui Agwish, the manager at the time, gave me another opportunity by writing me another message, and I was lucky enough to write back in time this time.
Yeah, next up is Burkina Faso. They were beaten by Cameroon earlier today, as you mentioned. So you'll be in high spirits going into that game now on the back of the win. And what do you know about them?
Yeah, obviously the win has settled our nerves, but we know the opposition is going to be a lot tougher. Like, I didn't know too much about Burkina Faso coming into it. I just knew that they had their courses from previous tournaments, and they'd be very, very strong. As I say, they played early against Cameroon, took the lead, and they looked really good from the parts I seen of it. So yeah, it's going to be a really tough game, and we won't get too carried away with this victory. I say we'll probably get the Cameroon clips and the Burkina Faso clips pretty soon to start preparing our game plan for that game.
Well, that's it. Best luck in that game on Thursday, Pico. Hopefully another good results. We're proud of you, and we're all rooting for you.
Thanks very much, Kyle. On to the next one.
See you.
See you, pal.